Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Baylor Worldwide Television. This is a news feature and one that's quite disturbing. I was I was laying down a couple of nights ago to listen to one of my favorite radio stations broadcasting out of Charlotte in America. And it's a community radio station actually. And they spoke about some black girls that had gone missing. Let me turn my volume up here because my volume's okay. Sorry about that, people. Seems my volume's a bit low for some bizarre reason. Yes, I was listening to one of my favorite radio stations, and I just heard that there were girls that had gone missing in Washington D.C. And I thought at first, maybe it's just one girl that's gone missing, two girls have gone missing. Any girl going missing is a concern. Anybody going missing is a concern. Then when I heard there was almost 14 that had gone missing, and then today it's come up again. I thought there was a story that I wanted to get into and find out more about. It hasn't had the national coverage that it really should do, but I'm going to put an article up. Let me bring the article up. It's done by Heavy. It's the article, and the person that actually wrote the article for Heavy is called Bride. She's on Twitter, and the article says missing Washington DC teens, 5 fast fact sheets. Well, it's quite a long article, and I will put it in the description box so you can read it for yourself at your own leisure. But I'm going to go through the 5 points. I'll read the article and then go to the bullet points. But here goes. More than a dozen Washington DC teens are missing from the national capital, police say. That was the number as of March 23rd, though it changes constantly as more youths go missing. The string of missing teenager cases, all involving African American or Latina girls, has generated community concern, with some on social media accusing the media and police of downplaying the story. However, there is an important context. Police say that missing people numbers have these years, and most of the missing youth end up coming home having left voluntarily. In fact, some names being shared on social media and in news apps are of teens already found. Many of the photos shared on social media are of missing females, but many of the missing DC teens are males. That's interesting. Indeed, the increased exposure on the issue appears to have originated with the police itself and a new commander determined to draw attention to each missing person. 14, and Jill Burl, apologies if I got the name wrong, 16, are African American teenagers who vanished on between March 17th and 22nd. They are the most recent cases. Sharia Payne, 17, again if I pronounced your name wrong, I apologize, was also reported missing, but police said on Twitter she was located in good health. But one example of teens lost and then found, thankfully found. Here's what you need to know, and I'm going to go through the bullet points and then maybe read into them afterwards. Police say a dozen teens are missing in DC, but said the number is steady from previous years. Okay, let's read what it says here. Acting Police Chief Peter Newsom told the television station that the year-over-year number of missing persons, including juveniles, and that there's no known link into DC now between missing people and human trafficking. All right. In a news conference, which police posted on Periscope, the chief said that people go missing for many different reasons, but vowed to do everything to locate the teens. Some are runaways and dealing with family problems. The missing teens are not believed to have all met with foul play and are all to be connected. The mayor, Muriel Bowser, again if I've butchered your name, I apologize, concurred. At the press conference March 16, she said the number of missing persons reports have remained constant. What have changed is getting the information out quickly. There's no evidence to suggest there's been an increase in missing persons. Chanel Dickinson, commander of division in charge of investigating the missing teen, said in the press conference, "Let me reassure you, we have no indication to believe that young girls in the district are being preyed upon by human traffickers in large numbers." Dickinson said that out of 708 report in 2017, only 34 remain open. "We have no reason to believe the missing 34 cases are related," she said. And all don't apologize. I've got a nasty cold and I'm just battling through it. Point number 2, residents and community leaders pressed police and answers calling the missing teens an epidemic. Okay. Attendees at a packed community meeting pushed the mayor and officials for answers on March 22nd. You can tell by a packed room that there's something a lot of people care about. Ward 8 DC council member Trayon White said, according to News One, over the past couple of years, I've been seeing a lot of postings, hearing from a lot of family members, going to a lot of prayer vigils. There's been an epidemic of missing persons in the Washington, D.C. area. One of the most recent teens to go missing was last seen at 4000 block on 6th Street Southeast on March 18, 2017, police said in the missing persons alert. She was described as a black female with medium complex, 5'4" inches tall, 140 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. Her clothing description was unknown. 3. The other names range from Angel Burl to Venetia Weaver. Burl was last seen in the 200 block of 43rd Road Northeast on March 22nd, 2017, police said in her missing person alert. Reportedly missing on March 23rd, she described as a black female, light complexioned, 5 foot tall, 90 pounds, with brown hair, brown eyes, and red hair. She was last seen wearing a light blue polo shirt, tan stretch pants, a yellow and pink North Face jacket, a yellow hat, and black and white Jordan sneakers. As of March 23rd, according to police website, there were in DC. Some were later located. The police had not updated the website, so heavy is not included in those cases. Shania Burris, 17, who was last seen in the 2600 block of Santon Road Southeast on March 21st, 2017. Shania is described as a black male with medium complexion, 5'6" tall, 130 pounds, brown eyes and black hair. Shania was last seen wearing a black shirt, blue jeans, a grey and burgundy jacket, and white shoes. Raycon Blakely, 19, was last seen Friday, March 17, 2017, at 1400 of Howard Road. Was reported missing on March 20th, 2017. Blakely is described as having a black male, medium brown complexion, 5 foot tall in height, 125 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He's last seen wearing a grey hoodie and blue jeans. Jalen Lee, 14, was last seen Saturday, March 18, 2017, block of Maryland Avenue Northeast. Lee is described as a black male, medium brown complexion, 5'7" in height, 140 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. He was last seen wearing a black jacket, blue jeans, a black hooded sweatshirt, and black shoes. Please forgive me for coughing. Michael Barnes, 15, who was last seen in unit block of Garrison Street Southwest on Wednesday, March 15, 2017. Barnes is described as a black male, dark complexion, 5'10" in height, 200 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a white shirt, a burgundy jacket, hood, dark blue jeans, and black sneakers. Deshaun Wallace, 15, who was last seen 200 block of I Street, SE, March 8, 2017. Deshaun is described a black female, 5'1" tall, 140 pounds, medium complexioned with hair dark in color and brown eyes. Her past description is unknown. Zaire Flemings, 15, who was last seen between Thursday, 23rd of February 2017 p.m. and February the 24th, 2017 at 1:32 p.m. at the 4200 block of 4th Street, Southeast Flemings, described as a black male, medium complexion, 5'9", 160 pounds, brown eyes and black hair. He was last seen in a blue and white jacket, blue jeans, and grey New Balance sneakers. Navarras Lorenzo Johnson, last seen unit block of Galveston Street, Southwest, on Monday the 27th, 2017. The incident was reported in March the 1st, 2017. Navarras is a black male, light complexion, 5'6" in height, 175 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. He was last seen wearing a white shirt, black jacket, blue jeans, and black sneakers. Venetia Weaver, 18, who was last seen in the 1400 block of Columbia Road, Northwest, on Thursday, February 16, 2007. She was reported missing on February 21st, 2017. Weaver was described as a black female, medium complexion, 5'7", 180 pounds, with dark hair, brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a red jacket and blue jean pants. Demetria Carthens, again, if I butchered your name, I'm so sorry, 17, who was last seen Tuesday, February 7, 2017, in the 200 block of the I Street, Southeast. Carthens, black female, medium complexion, 5'5" in height, 130 pounds, of black hair and brown eyes. She was last seen in the light thin blue, black jeans and black boots. Faith Nelson, 16, was last seen Friday, January 2017. Faith left her residence at 7 a.m. the 3500 block of Minnesota Avenue, SE. Faith Nelson, Monday, the 30th of January 2017. Nelson is described as a black female, medium complexion, 5'2" in height, black hair and brown eyes. Her clothes description is unknown. Clayton Carter was last seen in the 200 block of I Street, Southeast, on Saturday, January 11, 2017. Carter is described as a black male, 6'1" tall, 173 to 175 pounds, with brown eyes, black hair, medium complexion. Was last seen wearing unknown clothing. Okay, point number 4. The mayor said the number of missing persons alerts raised concerns, but police have purposely tried to increase attention. The police and mayor have attempted to use social media and new technology to raise awareness on this issue. This seems to be working based on the flurry of recent social media activity around the missing DC teens. However, some are now blaming police for inaction, with the police attempt to gain exposure to the issue started the flurry of interest in the first place. In 2016, Dixon said priority to increase exposure in the case is police did not previously publicize each missing person's case to the degree they do now. In the March 16th press conference, the Washington DC mayor said, "We're here to send a clear message that we continue to use every resource available to us to protect our city's most vulnerable residents. We have a level of concern over the number of missing persons alerts that MPD has recently sent. Many of those relate to missing persons," the mayor acknowledged. Point number 5. Most Washington DC missing people are found. The police chief said in the news conference that most missing people missing in DC end up being found. In 2017, so far, he said that 95% of missing people have been found. Okay. He said in 2016, he said 1,000 fewer missing people reported in DC than in 2012. Since 2012, parents and guardians reported almost 200 juveniles missing per month. Dickinson, 2017, the number dropped from 190 per month. From 2012 to 2016, over 99% of all missing persons 16 out of 19,000 cases remained open. Most of the people reporting missing in DC have decided not to check at home, at work, or school for voluntary reasons, she said. The person who contributed this was Jessica McBride, a heavy contributor. She was a crime government in breaking news reporter at the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel and reporter of the Waukesha Freeman newspaper. Her award-winning work has appeared in numerous magazines, newspapers, and online publications. She also appeared as a crime reporter investigating Discovery. Jessica.McBride at heavy.com. All right, I've actually read the whole article. I didn't think I was going to get through it, but I actually did. So that's kind of where it is. I don't know what to say. I don't know what, I really don't know what to say. Was something that was on my mind. It was something I wanted to talk about, and I figured I'd share. We'll see if I can find any more information about this. What the latest news is on this situation. What's the very latest on the DC, Washington missing girls? They're saying, we thought it was all missing girls, but they're saying guys involved as well. Okay. This article has just come out from the US Today. Again, I'll post both articles in the description box afterwards. US Today, I've actually clicked on the article now, so I haven't. I've just clicked on the article, so I haven't read it or anything. I'm just reading it fresh as you are going to read it now. Where are they? Outrage over perceived increase in missing Black Latina girls in DC. So it's a US Today network, published at 9:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, updated 8 minutes ago. Oh, here we go. Washington, D.C. Black lawmakers are calling on the FBI to investigate whether there is an increase in cases of missing Black children and teens in the capital state. In a letter obtained by the... On the corner of P and 9th Streets in Northwest, a simple display leaves a big impression. Thank you very much for that. It's all live. It's all good. Anyway, it's a video playing on the actual page. You'll see. Click the link yourself. In a letter obtained by the Associated Press, Representative Cedric Richmond, D-LA, Del Eleanor Holmes Norton, DDC, whatever that's going to mean, called an Attorney General's Jeff Sessions and FBI Director James Comey to devote the resources necessary to determine whether these developments are an anomaly or whether they have an underlying trend that must be addressed. On social media, people are using the hashtag Missing DC Girls to voice frustration over the lack of coverage in what they believe is an uptick in cases of missing Black and Latina girls. There are so many girls missing. How focuses on some football jersey? Okay, that's what somebody's tweeted out here. Somebody called @Share Bramble has tweeted, I guess the media has its hands too busy disrespecting Trump to cover this nightmare. Please help find these girls. But let's get this article back up again. What's going on with this article? It looks like it's updating as we speak. Yeah, it's updating as we speak. Good old news today. That's the article again. But is there really an increase in missing persons cases in the Washington, D.C. area? The short answer is no, according to the Metropolitan Police Department. What's a break? Oh, it's cold. The police department has simply been using Twitter more often to popularize missing persons reports. Acting police chief. On the corner of P and 9th Streets in Northwest, a simple display leaves a big... Great, thank you. The police department has simply been using Twitter more often to popularize missing persons reports. Police chief Peter Newsman said to clear up the public concern over the youth cases. Sharing them more on social media is giving the impression the number of cases has increased, he said, when they haven't. He said missing persons are down so far in 2017, which we spoke about earlier on. Let's give the statistics all over again in this article. And they've just repeated here that they don't believe it's down to, so it's the same thing I said earlier on. So they don't think it's any more this year that children, black girls have gone missing. Even though I mentioned about the young black males have gone missing as well. They're of the belief, the police department, that it's because they've actually publicized it and actually talked about it and tried to get information out there to find these young people, that the public have turned on them. So they would put it as spun it, and so the public are turning on them because the police are actually trying to put it out there and use social media as a way to try and get these young people. But I guess when you've got the FBI and the CIA that can find Osama bin Laden and world dictatorships, but they can't find young girls in the country. I don't know. What is the point in the FBI and CIA? Is it just to get down the worst criminals? Is it just to, you know, what is the point of FBI? I mean, surely they would find out who's done this, and surely, if that's the role, that's what the FBI is meant to do. I don't know. There are many conspiracy theories as to what's going on with this. I don't want to get into that, but I just wish that those young people are returned home safe for whatever reason. And if you're watching this, you know, just let somebody know that you're safe and well. That's about it. I think that's all I can be saying there. Yep, I will post a picture with this up with this. I've got a photo here. We'll save the picture and then post it in the, probably on the video itself. All right. Thank you all for listening to this this report. I felt there's something I need to do. I will obviously put the links in the description box, and if anything else comes up, I will see follow up with it. Thanks for watching this news report with Baylor Worldwide Television. Thanks for watching. Take care.